Good morning, sir. This is Richard Greg Kaila from BSHM 3A. My report is all about this passage discusses entrepreneurship as gap filing function, focusing on its role in addressing market differences. So here are 8 rules of gap filing function. Number 1, gap filing function. The core concept is that entrepreneurship serves as a gap filing function addressing unmet needs and market differences. This is the central theme. Number 2, types of entrepreneurship. 2 broad types of entrepreneurial activity are identified: routine and innovative routine. Entrepreneurship fills existing gaps, while innovative entrepreneurship creates new markets. This is key distinction. Number 3, Schumpeter's influence. Schumpeter's theory is reference highlighting the importance of innovation in driving economic change and filling markets gap. This provides a theoretical framework. Number 4, market differences. Entrepreneurs identify and exploit market differences, providing goods and services that were previously unavailable or insufficient. This is a key driver. Number 5, achievement movement. High achievement motivation. Number 5, achievement motivation. High achievement motivation is linked to entrepreneurial success, suggesting that individuals with a strong needs of achievements are more likely to pursue entrepreneurial ventures. This is a motivational factor. Risk and uncertainty. Entrepreneurship. This passage discusses entrepreneurship from the perspective of Hagen, Schumpeter, and Kunkel, focusing on its relationship to personality, societal structures, and economic development. So here are 8. Hagen's 4 personality. Hagen's work identifies 4 personality types that emerge in response to status withdrawal, retreatist, ritualist, performist, and innovator. The innovator is more likely to become an entrepreneurship. This is a personality-based approach. Number 2, Schumpeter and Hagen's similarities. The passage notes similarities between Schumpeter's and Hagen's analysis of entrepreneurship. particularly regarding the role of creative personalities in driving economic growth. This highlights a shared perspective. McClelland's achievements motivation. McClelland's concept of high no need for achievement is mentioned as an important factor in entrepreneurial success. Aligning with Hagen's focus on personality, this adds a motivation competent. Number 4, Hagen's limitations analysis. Critic for failing to adequately account for the role of success and economic structures in fostering entrepreneurship, particularly in underdeveloped countries. This is a critical assessment. Number 5, Kunkel's theory of entrepreneurial supply. Kunkel's theory emphasizes the importance of social, political, and economic structures in determining the supply entrepreneurs. He argues that marginal groups, religious, ethnic, migrated, do not guarantee entrepreneurial success. This offers a structural perspective. Number 6, Kunkel's 4 structural factors. Kunkel identified 4 structural factors with a society that influence entrepreneurship: limitation structures, deviance structures, opportunity structures, and entrepreneurial structures. This provides a structural framework. Number 7, limitation structures. Kunkel limitations structures is defined as a social structures that restrict the behavioral patterns of a population segment, influencing entrepreneurial activity. This is a key structures element. Number 8, multiple function. While status withdrawal is highlighted, the passage acknowledges that multiple factors contribute to entrepreneurial activity and economic development. This is a non-perspective. This passage explores Kunkel's 4 structural factors influencing entrepreneurial and then contrasts it with Weber's analysis of the role of religious beliefs. Kunkel's 4 structural factors. Number 1, limitation structures. These structures primarily social and cultural restricts behaviors and limits opportunities is not aesthetics. And changes with economic progress and government policies. Demand structures. These structures is the foundation for future social gains. It needs improvement by providing material rewards, shaping behavioral through selected components of the demand structures. Number three, opportunity structures. The structures is essential for entrepreneurial activity, encompassing access to capital management skills, technology, information markets, and associated learning. Number four, labor structures. These structures focuses on the supply of competent and willing labor. Dunkel argues that labor supply is governed by factors like available means of livelihood and expectation of life, separating it from the opportunity. The structures and interplay of these four structures determines the incidence of entrepreneurship. Weber's analysis religious beliefs. Weber's focus on religion. Max Weber's analysis of the impact of religion on entrepreneurial culture in the West is presented. He contrasts the spirit of capitalism with a more traditional, less disciplined approach. Number six, spirit is capitalism. Weber defines the spirit of capitalism as a set of attitudes toward acquisition of money and activities involved in it. He says this is incompatible with a more impulsive, less disciplined approach. Number seven, Protestant ethic. Weber's analysis connects the Protestant ethic to the rise of the capitalism, suggesting that certain religious beliefs fostered the attitudes conductive to entrepreneurial activity. Number 8, absence of Hinduism. Weber argues that the spirit of capitalism was absent in the Indian context due to the nature of Hinduism, contrasting it with the Western experience. This highlights cultural differences in entrepreneurial drivers. This passage examines entrepreneurship through the lenses of cultural values, race bearing, and critiques of Weber's and Hagen's theories. Values and entrepreneurship. Number 1. Indian values entrepreneurship. The passage discusses the interplay between traditional Indian values and entrepreneurial behavior, questioning whether certain values hinder or support entrepreneurial activity. It challenges the idea that these values are inherently antithetical 2. Entrepreneurship. Number 2. Critique of Weber's analysis. The passage critiques Max Weber's analysis of the relationship between religious values and the spirit of capitalism, arguing that his framework is insufficient to explain entrepreneurial behavior in the Indian context. It points out that Weber's approach oversimplifies the complete of Hindu values and ignores material factors. Number 3. Critique Hagen theory. This passage also critiques Hagen's story, suggesting that it all fails to fully account for the influence of social and economic growth. Structures on entrepreneurial activity. It argues that Hagen's focus on personality is insufficient. Risk and entrepreneurship. Before Cantillon's definition, Richard Cantillon's definition of the entrepreneur as a risk-beating agent is presented. Cantillon's defined the entrepreneurship as someone who buys factors of production at certain prices and combines them to a product to sell at uncertain prices. Number 5. Knight's specialized group. Frank Knight's perspective on entrepreneurship as a specialized group who, bearing uncertainty and incalculability, is introduced. Knights distinguish between ordinary risk when where the contribution of industries is known and uncertainty where it is unknown. Number 6. Uncertainty and risk. The passage emphasizes the critical ride of uncertainty and risk in entrepreneurship activity, highlighting the distinction between manageable and overall. Number 7. Holistic perspective. This passage advocates for a more holistic understanding of entrepreneurship, acknowledging the interplay of cultural values in economic structures and individual risk-taking behavior. It argues against simplistic explanations that focus on single factors. This passage examines entrepreneurship through the lenses of organization, innovation, and risk, drawing upon the contribution of several theories. Entrepreneurship as a function of organization. Number 1. Says definition. Jean Baptiste says definition of the entrepreneur emphasize coordination, organization, and supervision of labor and capital say differentiates the entrepreneur's role from that of a financier organizer. Number 2 says essentials qualities says identifies these essential qualities for an entrepreneur. Moral qualities, knowledge of the business world, and command over sufficient capital. He also highlights the uncertainty of profits as an inherent characteristic. Marshall's emphasizes on organization. Alfred Marshall's perspective on entrepreneurship highlights the significance of organization, viewing entrepreneurs as a personal class of business undertakes Marshall work, contrast with Cantillon's focus on the supply side of economic development. Entrepreneurship as a function of innovation. Schumpeter's innovation theory. Joseph Schumpeter's theory emphasizes the crucial role of innovation in entrepreneurship. Schumpeter defined entrepreneurship as introducing new combines of production factors. 5 forms of innovation. Schumpeter identified the forms of innovation, introducing a product, instituting a new production technology, opening a new market, discovering a new source of supply, and carrying out the organization of an industry. Number 6. Entrepreneurship and risk. Knight's uncertainty. The passage mentions Frank Knight's concept of uncertainty, distinguishing it from calculable risk. The entrepreneurship role involves being this uncertainty, which is uninsurable and uncapitalizable. Overall, number 7, multifaceted, multifaceted, multifaceted nature. The passage emphasizes the multifaceted nature of entrepreneurship, highlighting its organization, innovate, and risk bear aspects. It draws upon several theoretical perspectives to provide a comprehensive overview. This passage focuses on Schumpeter's theory of innovation and then the synthesizes the concept of entrepreneurship. Schumpeter's theory of innovation. This passage focuses on Schumpeter's theory innovation and systematizes the concept of entrepreneurship. Schumpeter's theory of innovation. Number 1, innovation as a defining character. Schumpeter emphasizes innovation as the defining character of theory of entrepreneur. This This passage focuses on Schumpeter's theory of innovation, then synthesizes the concept of entrepreneurship. Schumpeter's theory of innovation. Number 1, innovation as a defining characteristics. Schumpeter emphasizes innovation as the defining characteristic of entrepreneurship, distinguishing from mere inventions and innovators utilizing inventions and discoveries to create new combinations of products factors. Number 2, 5 types of innovation. The Schumpeter outlines 5 types of innovation: introducing a new product, instituting a new production method, opening a new market, discovering a new supply, and creating a monopoly through the breaking of an industry. Monopoly position. Schumpeter rules that innovation often lead to a monopoly position, at least temporarily, due to the introduction of new products or methods. Number 4, economic development. Schumpeter's theory explains economic development as a process driven by these innovations, particularly in undeveloped economics, when the prerequisites for growth already exist. The concentration of innovation as a innovation in specific fields is highlighted as a key aspect. Synthesis of the concept of entrepreneurship. Number 5, separation of factors. The synthesis emphasizes the separation of land, labor, and capital in entrepreneurship. The entrepreneur's role is to combine these factors effectively. Number 6, entrepreneurial role. The entrepreneur's role involves organizing, supervising, and engineering long-term plans for the plans for the enterprise. This role requires considerable ability and carries significant risk. Number 7, risk-bearing entrepreneur bears significant risk because they combine factors of production at certain pitches to sell and at uncertain prices in the future. Number 8, integrated perspective. The passage integrates Schumpeter's focus on innovation with a broader understanding of entrepreneurs, organizational, and risk-bearing rules, offering a more comprehensive view of entrepreneurship. This passage discusses the development of entrepreneurship, focusing on its various aspects. Number 1, global perspective on development. The passage begins by establishing the study of entrepreneurship development is a global concern, examining the evolution across different economic systems and societal contexts. Number 2, Schumpeter's influence. Schumpeter's theory is referenced, highlighting his emphasis on innovation as a driver of economic development. The introduction of new products, processes, and markets is seen as crucial. Number 3, financial and institutional factors. The development of entrepreneurship is linked to the availability of financial resources, and supportive institutional frameworks, access to capital, and favorable regulatory environment are emphasized. Number 4, social and cultural context. The role of social and cultural context in shaping entrepreneurial development is acknowledged. The passage suggests that societal values and norms can either support or hinder entrepreneurial activity. Number 5. Personality aspects. The importance of personality traits in an entrepreneurial success is discussed. The passage mentioned McClelland's works on achievement motivation as a relevant factor. It touches upon the physiological aspects of risk taking and innovation. Number 6. Social, structural, and entrepreneurship. The passage highlights the relation between social, structural, and entrepreneurial activity. It suggests that certain social structures may either encourage or inhibit entrepreneurial pursuit. Number 7. Need for holistic understanding. The passage concludes by baptizing the need for a holistic understanding of entrepreneurial development, recognizing the complex interplay of economic, social, and cultural physiological factors. The passage discusses the environmental setting and governmental policies that influence entrepreneurial development, focusing on the Indian context. Environmental setting. Number 1. Importance of environment. The passage emphasizes the crucial role of the environmental setting in shaping entrepreneurial development. It highlights the importance of factors beyond individual characteristics. Number 2. Pre-1900 Indian context. The pre-1990 Indian context is described as having significant barriers to entrepreneurial activity, including limited support and restrictive regulations. The sets the stage for the discussion. Number 3. Post 1900 reforms. The post 1900 reforms liberalization in India is mentioned as a significant shift, leading to increased opportunities for entrepreneurs. This marks a turning point. Number 4. Social and cultural factors. The influence of social and cultural factors on entrepreneurial development is acknowledged. The passage suggests that these factors can either support or hinder entrepreneurial activity. Governmental facilities and producers. Number 5. Government role. The passage highlights the government's significant role in shaping the entrepreneurial environment, government facilities, and produces an identified as key de- determinants. Number six, legal frameworks. The importance of a supportive legal frameworks is emphasized. Clear laws and regulations are seen as essential for reducing uncertainty and promoting entrepreneurial activity. Number seven, infrastructures. The development of adequate infrastructures is identified as a crucial factor. This includes physical infrastructures, transportation, communication, and institutional infrastructures, financial markets, regulatory bodies. Number 8, industrial facility government industrial facility policy is discussed as a driver impacting the growth of industrial activity and the creation of entrepreneurial opportunities. Number 9, regional variation. The passage notes that regional variation in government policies and infrastructures can lead a disparities in entrepreneurial development across different parts of India. Number 10, overall assessment. The passage context concludes by stressing the complex interplay between environmental factors and governmental policies in shaping entrepreneurial development in India, and suggests that a supportive environment is essential but not sufficient for entrepreneurial success. This passage discusses various models of entrepreneurship, categorizing them into physiological, sociological, and integrated approaches. The psychological models. McLean's models. These models emphasizes the importance of achievement motivation as a key determinant of entrepreneurial success. It focuses on individual personality traits. Number 2, other psychological models. The text mentions other psychological models suggesting that various personality traits and psychological factors contribute to entrepreneurial behavior but doesn't detail them. Sociological models. Number 3, Huggins theory. Everett Huggins theory is presented focusing on the link between social change, status withdrawal, and the emerge of entrepreneurship, create personalities, and highlighted as key drivers. Number 4, Kunkel's theory. John Kunkel's theory is discussed emphasizing the role of social and cultural factors in shaping the supply of entrepreneurship. The perspective considers the broader social context. Number 5, Weber's influence. Max Weber's work on the influence of religious beliefs on economic behavior is mentioned, although not detailed, as a relevant sociological perspective. Integrated models. Number 6, integrated approach. The passage advocates for an integrated approach combining psychological and sociological perspective to provide a more comprehensive understanding of entrepreneurship. This approach recognizes the interplay of individual traits and societal factors. Number 7, need for holistic view. The emphasizes the need for a holistic view, acknowledging that entrepreneurship is a complex phenomenon shaped by multiple interacting factors. The emphasizes the limitations of single factors models. Number 8, social political system. The importance of social and political system is in shaping entrepreneurial activity is highlighted. This acknowledge the influence of the broader environment. Overall, multifaceted nature. The passage emphasizes the multifaceted nature of entrepreneurship, highlighting the limitation and single factor explanations and advocating for a more integrated approach. Consider both individual factors, social influences. This passage discusses the stages of entrepreneurial growth and provides contemporary perspective on entrepreneurship. Stages of entrepreneurial growth. Number 1, stimulation. This stage involves creating awareness and interest in entrepreneurship through industrial policy statements, publicity, and special schemes. Number 2, identification. This passage focuses on identifying prospective entrepreneurs. Number 3, developments. The stage includes providing training and managerial support to entrepreneurs. It involves organizations, motivations, and technology familiarization. Number 4, promotion. This stage involves supporting institutions, provide financial assistance, and offering incentives. Number 5, follow up. This stage involves monitoring and providing continued support to ensure the sustainability of entrepreneurial ventures. Contemporary perspective of an entrepreneurship. Number 6, Sharma's 5 stages. K.L. Sharma's 5 stages of business growth are mentioned: conception, economic feasibility, development, expansions, and continued growth. This provides a framework for understanding entrepreneurial development. Number 7, factors influencing growth. Several factors influencing entrepreneurial growth are described, including managerial and technical skills, capital, and market conditions. This provides a contextual understanding. Role. Number 8, role of government. The role of government policies and programs in supporting entrepreneurial development is emphasized. This highlight the importance of governmental support. Number 9, social and cultural factors. The influence of social and cultural factors is acknowledged, indicating that entrepreneurial success is not solely determined by individual capabilities. Number 10, integrated approach. The passage advocates for an integrated approach to understanding entrepreneurship, considering various factors and their interplay. The emphasizes a holistic perspective. The entrepreneurial function, contrasting the Schumpeterian view with contemporary empirical studies, particularly focusing on the differences in developed and less developed economics. Management and entrepreneurial function. Number 1, Schumpeterian definition. The passage begins by defining the entrepreneurial function according to Schumpeter, emphasizing innovation and the introduction of new combinations of production factors. This is the traditional view. Number 2, alternative perspective. The passage then presents an alternative perspective, arguing that the entrepreneurial function should be viewed as a process of coordination and risk bearing rather than solely innovation. This challenges the traditional view. Number 3, multi-entrepreneurial function. Variation in organization. The entrepreneurial function varies across different organizations depending on their size and structures. Larger firms may have more specialized roles, while smaller firms may have entrepreneurs performing multi-functions. Number 4, feedback and control. The passage rules the importance of feedback and control mechanism in entrepreneurial activity. This highlights the practical aspects of entrepreneurial management. Contemporary empirical studies of entrepreneurs in less developed economies. Research in less developed economics. This passage highlights research on entrepreneurship in less developed economies, noting that the entrepreneurial function then involves a broader range of activities, including managing scarce resources and navigating complex regulatory environments. This contrasts with the developed economic context. Number 6. Qualitative research. The passage mentions qualitative research methods such as case study in deep interviews as particularly useful for understanding the entrepreneurial activity in less developed economies. This acknowledges the limitation of quantities methods. Number 7. Comparison undeveloped economies. The passage simplicity compares the entrepreneurial function in less developed economies with that in developed economies, highlighting significant differences in the scope of activities and challenges faced. Overall, number 8, context-specific approach. The passage advocates for a context-specific approach to understanding the entrepreneurial function, recognizing that the role of activities of entrepreneurs vary significantly depending on the economic and institutional and environment. This emphasizes the need of nude analysis. This passage examines the role of entrepreneurship in economic development, focusing on various geographical contexts and theoretical perspectives. Number 1. Geographical variations. The passage emphasizes that entrepreneurial activity and its impact on economic development vary significantly across different geographical locations. It highlights the need to consider context-specific factors. Number 2, Lebanon's entrepreneurship. It's a study of Lebanon's entrepreneurship in 1969 is mentioned, highlighting the importance of family business and the role of social networks in entrepreneurship success. This passage provides a case study. Number 3, Turkish entrepreneurship. A study of Turkish entrepreneurs is reference focusing on the role of family businesses and the challenges faced in accessing capital and markets. This offers another geographical perspective. Number 4, Greece entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurial landscape in Greece is examined, highlighting the role of family farming and the impact of government policies on entrepreneurial activity. This further illustrates geographical diversity. Number 5, Pakistan and India. The entrepreneurial experiences in Pakistan and India compared, noting differences in the level of entrepreneurial activity and the factors contributing to the variation. This provides a comparative analysis. Number 6, qualitative research. The passage mentioned qualitative research methods such as case study and in-depth interviews as particularly useful for understanding entrepreneurial activity in less developed economies. This acknowledge the limitations and quantitative methods. Number 7, comparison with developed economics. The passage complexity compares the entrepreneurial function in less developed economies with that in developed economics, highlighting significant differences in the scope of activity and challenge faced. Overall, number 8, context specific approach. The passage advocates for a context specific approach to understanding the entrepreneurial function, recognizing that the role of activities of entrepreneurship varies significantly depending on the economic and institutional environment. This emphasizes the need for nuanced analysis. Schumpeterian's theory of entrepreneurship is mentioned, focusing on innovation as a driver economic growth. This provides a theoretical framework, access to resources, the importance of access to resources including capital, technology, and information is highlighted as a crucial factor influencing entrepreneurial success. Number 8, policies. Government policies and regulations are identified as significant determinants of entrepreneurial activity. Support provides are seen as crucial for hosting entrepreneurship. Number 9, social networks. The role of social networks and family supporting entrepreneurial ventures is emphasizes the highlights the importance of social capital. Number 10, holistic approach. The passage advocates for a holistic approach to understanding entrepreneurship, considering the interplay of various factors, including the geographical context, social networks, government policies, and access to resources. The emphasizes the complexity of the subject, the characteristics of context entrepreneurship and undeveloped economies, contrasting it with the situation in developed economies. Number 1. Focus on the underdeveloped economies. The passage focuses on the entrepreneurship in underdeveloped economies, highlighting the unique challenges and characteristics in this context. Number 2, limited resources. As a key characteristics is the scarcity of resources, including capital, skilled labor, and technology. Entrepreneurs in this setting often face significant constraints in accessing these resources. Number 3, family business. Family business are prevalent in underdeveloped economies, often playing a crucial role in economic activity. The contrast with the more diverse ownership structures in developed economies. Number 4, informal sector. A substantial portion of entrepreneurial activity takes place in the formation sectors, that characterized by a lack of formal regulation and limited access to formal financial institutions. Number 5, risk. Uncertainty. Entrepreneurs in underdeveloped economies face higher levels of risk uncertainty due to factors such as unstable political environment, volatile markets, and limited access of information. Number 6, innovation and adaptation. While innovation is still important in entrepreneurs in the underdeveloped economies often focus on adaptation and incremental improvement rather than radical innovations. This is a strategic response to source constraints. That's all for my report, sir.